Welcome back to day two, guys. Today we're going to be shooting in the mid 20s, so this is 25, 26 yards, somewhere right in there. We'll range it. We've got a doe out there, so it's going to be just to the left side of that tree that you guys can see. And she's quartering away pretty heavily, about as heavy of a quartering shot as you would want to take. So we're going to practice that. We're going to go up and look. We're going to see where ideally we would like to shoot this deer, given the angle that we're at, and then we're going to shoot our 5 ends. I know some of you guys that watch us aren't deer hunters or aren't hunters in general. So when we say quartering away, it's exactly what we mean. You know, you can get there's a couple different types of shots you can take. So if the deer is broadside, if it's quartering towards you, or if it's quartering away. Ideally, the broadside and the quartering away shot are the most ideal. Of course, you can have, you know, facing straight on as well. But when they're quartering away, what that does, why that shot's better than quartering towards you, is just because it exposes more vitals. So broadside, your arrow's going to go, you know, straight in this way, but quartering away, you know, your arrow's going to go, depending on the angle of the deer, from the back, you know, towards the front, towards that offside shoulder. So, you know, if your typical shot placement was down here in the heart, if that deer's quartering away, you're not going to want to take that shot in that same placement. It can be effective, but if you want to increase your odds of error, you would hold back a little bit further, you know, catching the back side of the near side lung, the front of the offside lung, and then oftentimes, depending on the angle, your arrow will hit that offside leg, you know, and that's when the arrows get broke, you know, which isn't a problem because it's, you know, a pass through at that point. So I say all that to say this, I'm going to be holding back here. You know, if we can imagine this as the deer's lung, you know, where they have the 8 ring here, we're going to be in this back quadrant. So anywheres in this area, I would feel pretty good at the quartering angle that we have. When we shoot it, we'll get some pictures of up on top of it so you guys can see what that would look like when it's a straight pass through. So ideally, I'm going to be focusing on, you know, around this area back here. Again, keeping in mind that if the deer reacts, you know, it's going to put your arrow up in here if that deer ducks at the sound of the shot. Before we get started, the other thing I'm going to do too, for real life practice, because this is what we're doing, is I'm going to be shooting just with pin gap. So your sight pins here, at least on my setup, I have them a 20, 30, and a 40 yard pin. We're going to be standing about 26 yards. We don't have a pin for 26, so we're going to be shooting a pin gap. I'm going to be shooting in between the 20 and the 30 where there's actually no sight pin. Adds a little bit more of an element of difficulty, but it you know, is also extremely realistic. You have a deer in, it's at 20 yards, all of a sudden that thing moves. You know, you're not going to have time to fiddle with your sight, move your sight pin down. The sight has the ability to do that, but we're not doing it this time around. So just let you know. We'll go up and have a look at these 3 here. Give you maybe a better idea about what I was talking about. So I think I'm pretty happy with all 3 of those shots. So if we look on top, now you can see the angle, okay? So let's pretend, let's play pretend here. If this was a straight pass through, look where this comes out in relationship to the front leg. See if I can hold this here for you. You know, if that were to come out, you know, you're just behind. If the deer doesn't react, that arrow's lined up right there. This is the offside of the deer. So that's something you have to be very mindful of. More than likely, the front leg would jerk back and it would break the arrow off. But at that point, it's a done deal. Well, if I did my math right, that's it. I will have to admit, some of the shots are a touch lower than I would like, but it's just so hard to judge what that deer's gonna do. And by hard, I mean impossible. We can make some pretty good assessments, though, or assumptions. All right, so that's where they are there. Let's have a look what they'll look like coming out the backside. Those arrows are there. Line that up. Go straight down. Line that up. That would be our exit trajectory on this side. Line that up for you, and I'll show you guys what that looks like top view, so we can get a better understanding. A lot of people miss this concept, even seasoned hunters. So you can see how that's straight through now, right? So look where that exit wound is. So if you're low enough, the deer doesn't react or relax very little, you're double lunging it, back of one lung, front of the other lung, top of the heart, and then hitting the offside leg. It's an extremely effective shot. And hopefully that kind of portrays that a little bit. So you really have to watch the way that deer's quartering, because like I say, you go too far forward, usually you'll get the deer, but a one lung hit deer, them suckers can run forever. So it seems. So that's it. Thanks for watching practice today, folks. See you on the next one.